You see, radio used to be just radio, and now it's video too. So there's all kinds of syncing and clapping that needs to go in to get it all right, locked in and tight, you know. Charlton Singleton from Ranky Tanky with us on the morning set. Great to have you with us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Man, I want to tell people the story of Ranky Tanky, but as I was just explaining to my technical producer here, Toast Jackson, Ranky Tanky has taken heritage and culture, or particularly Gullah culture, folklore, and made it mainstream, made it contemporary, made it hip. Y'all have a dance track or something, man? You guys are to date right now.
You know what? You know what's funny? We do have a guy that sort of did a dance track to one of our tunes. We have a song off of the Good Time album, the one that won the first Grammy, called Freedom. And there's a guy that did a dance track on that. So pull that one up and just get your moves on, man.
That's great. I'm so happy for your success. When you first hit, I'm like, oh, this is a story that really needs to be told musically. Mm-hmm. But people are still becoming acquainted with the Gullah story. We're no stranger to certain people's history being hidden, and you are using this magical language of music, put it out front for everybody to enjoy.
Correct. It's interesting how you said that putting it out there for people to discover. People know about Gullah culture. They just don't know that Gullah is actually the where it started from. For example, the most famous Gullah song on the face of the earth. And I say the face of the earth because we have been in many other countries and people know what Kumbaya is. And that is probably the most famous Gullah song on the face of the earth. Don't get it twisted. It has a specific meaning. Most people think of it from sitting around in circles and having, those peaceful moments, and that's all well, and good and everything. But, that song Kumbaya, which in the Gullah language stands for come by here, is a plea and a call to the higher being to come down and be with us. So, when we were over in, over in Europe, and in Spain and all of these other countries. And, I mentioned that Kumbaya was from where we are, and they were just, oh yeah. And they knew that. Or, cuisine like, shrimp and grits or Gullah baskets, playing patty cake, playing this game where you clap on 2 and 4. All of those are unique Gullah, traditions. And, just people didn't know that it came from the Gullah Geechee corridor. So it's a revelation to them. But then once we start talking about it, then it starts to click, and they're like, "Oh, that makes sense," So
I can see lights turning on as people.
Oh gosh,
hear you tell your story.
The light is blinding when it comes on. We were playing someplace in the Midwest, and this older lady came up to me after the concert. I was out in the lobby area just meeting and greeting, and she walked up to me, and she was probably in her, I'd say about early to mid 80s or something. And she said, "You all sang a song tonight that reminded me of a song that I used to sing when I was a kid at 4-H camp." And I said, "Probably, yeah." And just the whole thing about Gullah and how long ago or how long it's been around, and all of these styles of music I call the new style, like your folk music and your country music and your bluegrass and your R&B and all of that stuff. It took us a little while for people to understand that when they heard us play, they would say, "Oh, that sounds like jazz." And it was like, "Well, yeah, but it's not really that." Or "That sounds like folk music." "Yeah, but it sounds like country." Yeah. And I'm like, y'all got it backwards. Yeah. They sound like us. Because if you think about it in the timeline, and history doesn't lie, all of those styles came way after Gullah was already here. Now we have a contemporary and Ranky Tanky style that we presented, but the basic principles of Gullah music is definitely present in all forms of popular music.
Well, Ranky Tanky has won Grammys for your introduction of audiences to this music. And you guys have been around how long?
You know what? We were just laughing about that the other day. The band has been together as Ranky Tanky for about 10 years, maybe 11, something like that. But we've been friends and we've played together in different configurations and in different styles and things for well over 30 years. We've known each other and played. But somewhere around 2015, 2016, our guitarist, Clay Ross, he was living in New York. He still lives in New York. And he just basically said, you know what? No one's out there doing a contemporary version of Gullah music, from where we're from. Why not us? Let's give it a shot. And so that's kind of how we stuck with this configuration. And at first, the idea was just to do a few shows a year, just because we're like brothers and sister, and we just wanted to play together. And then all of a sudden, it just ballooned, and next thing you know, we're 10 years in now.
Well, introduce us to the band, to the players of Ranky Tanky. You've got some singers and some instrumentalists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Our lead singer is Kiana Parler. She is from this place called Harleyville, South Carolina. Clay Ross plays guitar and sings. He is from Anderson, South Carolina. Quentin Baxter is our drummer. He is from Charleston, South Carolina. Kevin Hamilton is our bassist. He is from James Island, South Carolina. And I am from a little town called Awendaw, 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 South Carolina. And I play trumpet and I sing.
Now, a couple of those sound like small towns, like a general store, like railroad tracks, and lots of chicken coops.
Okay. Yeah. So my neighborhood, yes, there's Awendaw. It's kind of gentrified now, but when I was growing up, it was just this little sort of town, no street light. It was right on the coastal highway, Highway 17. Charleston's downtown, of course. James Island is just off of downtown Charleston. Harleyville, where Kiana's from, is more rural, like where I'm from. And Anderson is actually in the upper part of the state of South Carolina. If any football fans are out there, Anderson is closer to Clemson.
Yeah.
And it's more of a city and everything. But we would probably say that we're all, sort of small town folks.
Well, our guest is Charlton Singleton, and he's with Ranky Tanky, and they're playing at the Newman Center on April 7th with a special guest, Ms. Lisa Fischer.
Yes,
what
indeed.
What does she bring to the show?
Well, I always introduce Lisa, and I tell everybody that I believe, my personal opinion, and I think I share this opinion with a lot of other people, that she is one of the greatest voices of our time. Her resume speaks for itself. And when she's on stage and live and in person right there, it's just amazing to watch her artistry. Her voice, sometimes we say her vocal gymnastics are unreal. But just the way that she presents, the song every night, or whatever songs that we're doing. I guess about 5 years ago or so, so 6 years ago, Ranky Tanky had done a few shows with the great jazz vocalist Bobby McFerrin. and we did a little mini tour with him, and his manager said, well, you know what, there's this other artist I have that I manage, and I think that you all would pair well together. And it was Lisa. And so Lisa sings on some of our tunes, and we sort of rearrange, or as some of my friends would say, y'all gullified her stuff, you know. But we do some tunes where she is kind of known for, and just sort of put our little spin on it and arrange it. And it's just a wonderful show, and we've just been having a good time since I guess maybe about 2021, something like that, was when we started doing these series of shows with Lisa. But it's just amazing to watch her on stage, and the excitement level is up there, and the energy and the emotion of it all. So it's just always a good time whenever we're with her.
You know, that's the word I was going to use, is that there are, you know, and good music, any music really is what we call the sound of your feelings. It is the sound of your emotions. And my thought, because I've not seen you all in person, is that a Ranky Tanky show is emotion. It is feeling. It is centuries of family and overcoming and hardship and the good and the bad, and coming from those islands off the coast of South Carolina. It's I'm guessing you all are bringing that feeling. I don't know if there's a lot of hand clapping going on, but when people come out of your show, I imagine they're getting the whole package.
If there's no hand clapping, then there must be an empty auditorium or something, because that's the number one thing. There's gonna be some rhythm displayed. I'm telling you right now, as the sort of de facto MC of the band and of the evening, I will invite everybody to clap and have a good time and sing. And they're definitely, you know, one of the things about Gullah songs is call and response. So even if you don't know the song, you're going to pick up on it really quick and just go with it. So we definitely have that. I don't think I can recall any time that we did not have anybody clapping or singing or something, you know, during the show. So get ready for that.
and you know what? I think when people experience that, and when you reach way down, in fact, there's a song, if he has to reach way down, he'll pick you up.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. All the emotions are on display. One thing that Clay always says in the show is that no matter how far we go, you know, we've traveled to all of these countries, and Spain and Czech Republic and Germany and all of these places, and we find that people have more in common than they have differences. And so whenever we're out there and we're talking, or I'm speaking about a specific song or giving the background about something, I know that most likely, at least I'd say 3/4 of the audience can relate, even though it might be something that I'm talking about from the Gullah point of view. I think that everybody can probably, relate to it. For example, we have a new album that's going to be coming out soon. And the album is titled This Village. And the title track is a song that I wrote. And it's basically about, or was inspired by, one of the things in the Gullah community is that you have the two oldest people in the village, two oldest people on the island, two oldest people in the neighborhood, that married oldest couple. They're the ones that take care of everybody, even if you're not related to them by blood. If you're sick, they're taking care of you. They're going to come and go. They're going to come to your house. They're going to walk to your house and care for you. If you need help financially, emotionally, spiritually, they're looking out for you. And even though that's just a standard thing that happens in the Gullah community, I think everybody sort of has that sort of person or persons that's older than them, maybe not even by blood relation, but is like that in their life. And that's one of the things that, we can all relate to, I think. And so we have a lot of those moments where, in a lot of songs, that sort of, I think everybody, no matter who you are, where you live, can relate to, like I said, there was that older lady that, I think we were in Nebraska or something like that, man. And she was just like, yeah, that reminded me of 4-H camp, and it was a easy song. Like, I think it was Watch That Star, which we sung on our first album. And, Watch That Star is a Gullah standard. My grandfather had a sort of take on that became his song at church. So I think everybody has some sort of connection, whether it's by family or friend or just by feeling or how you grew up or something that connects us all. And we definitely get to that on the show.
Charlton Singleton from Ranky Tanky. I'm blessed. I'm feeling a blessing, and I thank you so much for what you're doing for your time with us this morning.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate you and this opportunity. Looking forward to being there. Like I said, it's always exciting to be on stage. It's always exciting to be there with Lisa. Oh gosh, I'm just telling y'all right now, get ready. Just get ready.
That's what they say. Blessings to you and yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.